of ShareLove.Fund. Today we are in week 40, can you believe it, of our RYT 200 yoga teacher training. I just want to give a shout out to our inaugural class of teenagers, our high school leaders who designed this hoodie. It was Spinal Tap. Each graduating class of high schoolers gets to design their own special edition ShareLove.Fund gear. It's not for sale, we're out, and it's just sort of like perks only, but I'm just really proud of them. They called it Spinal Tap, they shrunk the logo, they did market research, they found out that the best color to mass produce something is black, following Henry Ford's model of the black Model T. The front is ShareLove.Fund full stop, it's just share love full stop, like a command to make the world a better place. I'm going to enjoy this hoodie and warm up with it while we do our warm up today. And our pose of the week is shoulder stand. So please make yourself comfortable and cozy, and we will start. If you want to grab a water, I have some lemongrass tea, your favorite drink. Please feel free to pause me and do what you need to do. In a pure yoga sense, we wouldn't drink anything during class, but modern life is that we're really busy, and yoga is nice, but hydration is nicer. So your body needs fluid even more than it needs yoga. If you are not drinking enough during the day, then maybe using a yoga class as a chance to hydrate is a way to get in your daily water intake. When you're ready, please take a comfortable seated position. You can be on a mat like I am, or a yoga blanket, or just on the floor. I love to say that yoga was invented before yoga equipment. You don't need anything but yourself. That is not touted enough because nobody makes money off of that. They make money off of making you believe that you need them or you need something. You don't need anything but yourself, and if something inspires you, then great, be a decider and feel free to purchase it or something like that, but you're okay without it too. Let's take a few deep breaths together, palms up, touching your thumb with your middle finger, and just kind of feeling that connection. If that feels weird to you, then you can have your thumb connect to your pointer finger. And I love this symbol because this is our A-OK sign. And sometimes when we are all really stressed out, it's nice to just give ourselves a little reminder, like, it's gonna be okay. So you can give yourself the double OK sign, or be a little more yogi and connect your thumb and your middle finger, whatever feels comfortable. You can have your eyes closed or a soft gaze. Just take a few breaths. As you breathe, start to notice your alignment in your spine. Do you feel stacked up? One vertebrae on top of the other. Do you feel like you're leaning one way or another, or that it's a lot of effort to hold yourself up? When you are properly stacked, when one vertebrae is on top of another, I'll demonstrate with our Spinal Tap sweatshirt, but when you're really stacked one on top of another like bricks, your spine is actually holding its own self up, and you don't need to use your shoulder muscles to do the work. So by stacking yourself, you're setting yourself up for great alignment with ease. So kind of think about that, and if you don't feel stacked, maybe move around a little bit and just try to find that natural alignment. of the head tall. Imagine roots growing out of your sits bones, grounding you deep into the mat. So like there's a pull from your spine through your head, down your glutes, just anchoring you, long and strong. You can think of your inhale as growing tall without looking up, just really the crown of your head going tall with each inhale. And you can think of your exhale as your base truly solidifying with the ground beneath you and feeling a solid foundation from which you rise. So on the inhale, you're rising mentally. And on the exhale, you're enjoying the comfort of being grounded and feeling really secure in that grounding. Inhale, imagine yourself rising and ascending. And exhale, enjoying the comforts of being securely grounded. And imagining yourself growing and trying new things while also maintaining sure footing. That's not really possible in life. Yoga is about opposites. So we often say, you know, reach this hand to that wall while that hand is on that wall. Well, that's not possible. But that's where the growth comes. When we reach for the stars. Like actually touching the star is not possible either, and it would really hurt if we did. But that's the idea. So the idea is that we are mentally exploring this sensation of what would it feel like to ascend and grow and reach upward while we were still in the cocoon or nest of our base, feeling anchored, solidified, and secure. So reaching while grounded, what would that feel like? And that's kind of what we're imagining with our breath. Your breath can be your own natural breath because there's a lot to think about. So you don't need to think about altering your breath, just your own natural breath. And the alignment of your spine is something else you're thinking about, because we need to be in an alert state to really meditate and get the benefits of meditation. And it's easier to access those benefits when your spine is tall. So now let us take a few breaths, continuing this idea of ascension with solidification. How do you feel? Let's take a deep breath and reach our arms up, stretching one arm up and then the other. One arm and then the other. Gently clasp your hands together, roll them so your palms are facing the ceiling. Feel the stretch in your fingertips and wrists. This can feel so good to counteract the effects of typing and office work. Reach, reach, reach to one side. Reach, reach, reach to the other side. Exhale, bring your arms back, rolling your shoulders back, doing a little cool like, hey, what's up with your shoulders. Roll your shoulders forward and just have fun with it. Imagine you're doing some, 80s dance. It's yoga. It is not that serious. Being silly is kind of good. Laughter is the best medicine. When you are done with your shoulder shimmy, let's take a deep breath, arms up, and shake it out. Now we'll do that again and kind of make some vocal sounds because people are super stressed out and sometimes just letting it out is a real relief. It could even have the side effect, I'm warning you, of making you laugh. So be prepared. Some smiles might appear on your face. Don't say I didn't warn you. Inhale the arms up. Shake it out. Make a sound. Inhale the arms up and shake it out. Making a sound. Last time, inhale the arms up and shake it out. Making a sound. Inhale your left hand up all the way to the sky. Imagining you have a paintbrush in your hand, painting your favorite color. As you know, by week 40 now, we call this painting rainbows. Inhale the right hand over with a paintbrush of your second favorite color and imagine you are painting the sky. We call this rainbow arms and this is our favorite pose at ShareLove.Fund. Repeat on each side at your own pace. And this is a favorite pose at ShareLove.Fund because we were developed in 2020 in response to COVID and the fact that female inmates were receiving a lot less visitors in general before COVID than their male counterparts. And then during COVID, when in-person visitation was called off, that was very traumatic for female inmates, most of which are mothers. And so we started yoga for women in custody at Rikers Island Jail in Queens, New York. And we've been doing a lot of rainbow arms ever since because I love to say that you can paint a rainbow in any environment at any time just by using your arms. You can really think of the texture of dipping a wooden handled brush, maybe with like soft horsehair, into a bucket of paint and then lifting that heavy dripping paint and feeling how the bristles would touch the ceiling, just smearing it, imagining your paintbrush stroke and seeing all the little lines made by the hairs of the brush, maybe even the smell of wet paint. And you can paint a rainbow wherever you are just by doing rainbow arms and thinking about it, because you have to think of a rainbow when you say rainbow arms, because your words are a way to help control your thoughts or put thoughts in your mind. That's why we want to choose our words wisely. And it's hard to be as upset as you were when you weren't saying rainbow. So the next time you get really upset, try to say rainbow a bunch of times and see if that is interfering with your ability to be upset. And you might just smile, you might just feel happy, and you might realize that Happiness is a state of mind, and it's all a matter of perspective. When you feel good, inhale the arms up. Exhale, seated forward fold. Walk your hands to one side. If you have a cup of tea or a water bottle like I do, try to not spill it and move it. Take a few breaths on one side, stretching out the obliques. When you feel ready, walk the hands to the other side, stretching out the obliques on the other side. Slowly walk yourself up, and we'll come to tabletop for a cat-cow. Drawing your belly button down to the mat. Inhaling the spine up and just kind of rolling back and forth. You can do cat-cows at your own pace. You can have your toes tucked under to have more sort of grip. This is also, with your toes tucked under, it's also a stretch for plantar fasciitis. Or you can have your toes pointed. But this is a really good plantar stretch. You're stretching the muscle that connects between your heel and the ball of your foot. And just at your own pace, having your back convex and concave. Really loosening up the spine. They say spinal flexibility is the key to longevity. When you feel ready, still with your toes tucked under, walk your hands to one side and get a stretch on your side body. We're going to hold this for a little bit to really maximize the stretch. Walk your hands forward and do a forward stretch, downward puppy. Really letting your chest sink in. So your chest may fall below your shoulders and your chin is on the mat. You're also stretching your throat here. And then walking your hands to the other side. Stretching the obliques on the other side. Keeping the toes curled under. you feel ready, come back to tabletop and push up into down dog. And walking your hands to the front of the mat, coming to standing position. From here, we'll do a quick sun salutation to warm up. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, upward salute with shoulders down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back, plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, cobra. From cobra, squeezing your glutes, squeezing your back body. Push up to down dog. From down dog, left knee in, step it through the hands. Right leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. Congratulations, you did sun salutation A on the left side. Now let's do it on the right side. We're doing this more as an RYT 200 review. As you recall, sun salutation A is like our plain salad dish or our plain chicken dish for non-vegetarians in our course. And we learn a pose of the week so that we build up to our 45 key share method signature poses. Each of those 45 poses can sort of be like the spices for the salad or the spices for the chicken dish to spice up your sun salutation A. And that's just a teaching tool that you will graduate with. But our sun salutation A is the foundation, so it's nice to review it in class. Now, without further ado, sorry, it's live on YouTube, blips and bloopers and all. Real work for real women. Nothing sugar-coated or no rose-colored glasses here. Let's do sun salutation A now on the right side without further ado. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, right leg back. Left leg comes to match. Strong plank. Come down to knees. Knees, chest, chin. Push up to cobra. Elbows in, shoulders down. Exhale, down dog. From down dog, right knee in, step it forward. Left leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. So congratulations. Now let's really get long and strong by doing some mat work. Come to a comfortable seat on your mat or on the ground. And the pose of the week is shoulder stand. So we're really going to work our spine and continue on the mat to really get into shoulder stand. But first, let's warm ourselves up. So shoulder stand is an inversion, and also it will require some neck stretching. So let's continue. We rolled out our spine a little bit on our hands and knees in cat-cow, but now let's do it by rocking the boat. So we have like a mini boat pose here. Grab your knees, give them a big hug, and just rock. You can have your hands behind your knees and just have fun with it. Feel childlike about it. So if you went all the way back, for example, you'd be in plow, or if you pushed up from here, you could go into shoulder stand directly, but we're not doing either of those. You're just rocking at your own pace. This is exercise, believe it or not, because you're engaging your abdomen and your core to come up. Also, using kinetic movement like this, it can be kind of fun, kind of silly. If it's out of your comfort zone, even better, because it's hard to hold on to all your daily stress when you feel like you're about to fall over. It's a way to kind of jumpstart your brain into the present moment. Obviously, don't do anything that you may feel is dangerous. All of you will graduate with your RYT 200 yoga teaching degree. If you're not already registered, you can register at ShareLove.Fund/train But the point is that as yoga teachers, you're going to have to make decisions about what's safe, what's not safe, what to partake in and what not to partake in. So if this is not for you, then modify and find a safe thing to do. As always, nothing here shall be construed as medical advice, and we think that you should consult a doctor if you need medical advice. Okay, so after all that fun, come down, relax, feet grounded on the mat. Let's work our hips a little bit. Windshield wiper the knees down one at a time. So feet are hip width apart. There's some distance between your feet and your glutes. It's not like right next to you. It's kind of like if your legs are making an upside down V and you're trying to bring the inside of one thigh to the mat to the extent it's comfortable, and then you're bringing the other thigh down to the mat. So we call this windshield wipering the legs. While you do this, inhale the arms up and then bring them down to cactus arms. This is giving your back a stretch and your shoulders a stretch. You don't need to do this at the pace I'm doing it. Use your breath, and sometimes like we do a walking meditation, you can windshield wiper your knees down to the mat, almost like a meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze at the ceiling. And use your breath, pair your breath with your legs to really get into the stretch. Now, when you pair your breath to your legs, it does not need to be a one-to-one relationship. For example, I don't need to do inhale, left inner thigh to mat. Exhale, left knee to ceiling. Inhale, right inner thigh to mat. I don't have to do that if I don't want to. That would be a one-to-one relationship of pairing the breath with the legs. You can, in a sense, like bring the left inner thigh to the mat and take 10 breaths, for example, and then bring the right inner thigh to the mat and take 10 breaths. So what I'm asking for here as an exercise, what I'm inviting you to try, but of course use your own judgment, but I'm inviting you to try stretching your hips with this windshield wiper legs, but being cognizant of your breath and using your breath to get more stretch benefit out of the windshield wiper legs. And then, just because this is filmed in New York and we like to multitask in New York, I'm asking for cactus arms so that we really open up the shoulders and chest, and we make this a heart opener, and we really try to get connection with the entire spine on the back of the mat. So here goes nothing. Let's give it a try. So windshield wiper your legs at your own pace, being cognizant of your breath with your arms and cactus arms. You do not need to do this at the pace I'm going now. Now, if you're ready, if you've only done one side and you want to do the other side, then you don't need to follow me. Do both sides to make it symmetrical. If you're at a point where it's symmetrical, then come and follow me. If you want, gently drop the left inner thigh down, pick up the right foot, have it say hi, Gently cross it over so the back of your right foot is on the back of your left lower leg to give it a little push to come down. And basically you're getting a deeper stretch on your left side by crossing your right leg over it to give it weight to push it down. We're going to stay here a while to maximize the benefits of this stretch. If something hurts, modify. Stretching should feel good. Sharp shooting pain is not stretching. That is the road to injury. There's no points for injuring yourself, but there are points for setting boundaries. I'm not really keeping score, but setting boundaries is always good. When you feel ready, gently place both feet on the sides of the mat, if you have a mat, and then gently drop your right inner thigh down to the mat. Windshield wide, bring your right leg down, and then bring your left foot up, wave high, left foot, and bring it across so that the back of the side of your left foot is firmly grounding the outside of your right lower leg down to the mat. Arms are still in cactus arms, and now we're stretching our hip and our psoas muscle, the muscle deep in us, connecting our pelvis to our spine. Such an important muscle to stretch. It can help with GI issues. You can kind of give it a little self-massage, a little tummy rub as you open up your thigh and hip, trying to maintain connection with your spine on the mat. And if it feels good, you can give yourself a little stomach self-massage while you are stretching your psoas muscle. Or if you don't need to give yourself a massage, you can resume with your hands in cactus arms. Let us now stretch together. When you feel ready, firmly place both feet on the outer edges of your mat. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug, rocking gently side to side, massaging out your spine. That was a deep, deep hip stretch. Bring the soles of your feet to the ceiling, your arms up while your shoulders are still grounded on the mat. So we can call this dead bug. This is not one of our signature poses, but it's a favorite of our lead trainer, Peter Icavello, from Presence Wellness in Westport, Connecticut, and also Bronxville Wellness Sanctuary. But dead bug is great because it's a hamstring stretch. It's an inversion, which helps with circulation. It also is building strength in our arms as we reach up. And it's also helping lengthen our spine and open up our shoulders by firmly grounding our shoulders to the mat. As I said earlier, yoga is about opposites. So we're really thinking about grounding our shoulders into the mat, just like we were thinking about grounding our sits bones into the mat earlier in our class when we started with the meditation. But while we're grounded and in a place of support and security, we're thinking of the opposite of reaching the fingertips to the ceiling. So how do we explore new terrain while keeping a solid presence and connection with the mat? So this is what we'll explore. Also with our legs, you're thinking about keeping the sacrum firmly grounded on the mat while reaching the soles of the feet to the sky. In this pose, you're also working your core. That's what is holding your legs up. So just breathe as you stretch and strengthen in this wonderful, wonderful posture. This is also preparing us for shoulder stand. Exhale, bringing the feet to the mat. Again, shimmy the feet to the outer edges of the mat and shimmy them in. Drawing the heels of your feet a little bit closer to your sits bones. Shimmy your shoulders underneath the mat all the way, clasping the palms of your hands together, keeping your wrists and hands on the mat, and then pushing up into bridge pose. This is also going to help us in shoulder stand and really trying to get your hips really pointed to the sky while you stretch and try to connect your shoulder blades underneath you, your palms of the hands together, and your wrists on the mat. Exhale, slowly bring it down. And with this momentum, we're going to push up into shoulder stand. So you can kind of rock as we were in the beginning of class and have fun with it. And as you rock, you can kind of swoop your hands under your back and push yourself up to shoulder stand. Shoulder stand, our pose of the week. In the RYT 300, we will explore plow, and we'll explore ear pressure pose. But today, we're focused on the inversion of shoulder stand. You can come out of this slowly by rolling down. Sometimes that helps to part the legs. You can come out of this by placing your palms of your hands down and then slowly coming out. From here, straighten your legs. Bring one knee into your chest, give it a little hug, and let it fall to the side. Your right leg to the side, your right arm outstretched to the other side, and we will recover from our shoulder stand with a supine spinal twist. bring your right knee back into your chest, give it a hug. Bring your left knee to match. Wrap your arms around it, rock side to side. Giving your legs a hug, a little self-love. Inhale your chin to chest. Slowly roll the back of your neck down, trying to gain connection with the entire neck and your mat. You can give your neck a little self-massage too. Again, continuing to rock out the legs. Gently stretch out your right leg, keeping it long and strong. Allow your left knee to roll over to the left side, to the right side, excuse me, and your left arm outstretched. You can place your right hand on the outer edge of your left thigh, encouraging it to make connection with the ground. And the idea is that you're trying to get your left shoulder and your left shoulder on the ground on one side and your left knee on the ground on the opposite side. It doesn't really matter if you reach that goal. What matters is that you feel a stretch. And it should feel relaxing. So if you don't feel relaxed in this, kind of move around and find that good sweet spot. Let us stretch. And bring your knees back into your chest, giving yourself another little hug, rocking side to side, massaging out your back. Bring your left leg over your right as if you're crossing your legs, having a tea party. Grab a hold of opposite ankles, fan them out like wings. Reach your palms of your hands towards you and reach under your ankles and grab them so you're doing a bicep stretch while you're stretching your left glute. And give yourself a little hug. Again, rocking side to side. Push up into dead bug again. This time we're going to do a little obliques exercise. Create some heat. 1. Touching the back of your opposite hands, the back of your opposite foot. 1 on each side, 2 on each side. 3 on each side. 4 on each side. 5 on each side. 6 on each side. 7 on each side. 8 on each side, 9 on each side, 10 on each side. Now reach up, grab your toes, whoops. And you may fall over, just have fun with it. Grab your toes. If that is not working for you, you can grab your backs of your knees, whatever's comfortable. Grab what works, and the idea is that you're stretching your hamstrings. By grabbing onto your toes, you're also stretching the plantar area. You can roll a little bit to get a little spinal stretch. By touching your feet with your hands, you're increasing the mind-body connection. And just kind of melt into it. Find your comfort level. You can bend your knees a little bit and stretch one leg and then the other. Kind of pedaling it out a bit. Or do both at the same time. There's no right or wrong. It's just the idea is that you can achieve some relief by getting a hamstring release. At the same time, you're massaging out your back. By being on your back, it applies pressure and that kind of can squeeze out the toxins. When you feel ready, we're going to cross our legs on the other side. So I'm trying to remember what side we did, but yes, we did that side. So bring your right leg on top of your left leg. So cross your legs with your right leg on top. We can pretend we're having a tea party. Clasp your hands. Grab a hold of your ankles. Give them a tug. We're going to stretch the glute on the right side. Inhale your arms up and all the way around. With your palms facing you, grab a hold of opposite ankles. Leverage those ankles towards you. You're getting a glute stretch in your right glute, and you're also building your bicep muscle by pulling your legs towards you. Let us relax in this pose. You can think of this as your Savasana, your pre-Savasana. Gently give your legs a hug. Grab a hold of your feet, again with knees bent. Stretch them to the sky. And see how this stretch feels now that we've stretched our glutes on both sides. Do your hamstrings feel any more open? Do you feel more even on both sides? Is there no change at all? Just observe without judgment, just taking note of how you feel in this moment. If you feel tension or tight spots, take this as an opportunity to breathe into it. Pushing the toes back to really stretch the whole length of the foot. Pointing your toes, doing some ankle rolls, inside and outside, grabbing hold of those toes again, stretching the hamstring, trying to gain connection with the whole spine on the mat. Pedaling out the feet to gain a deeper stretch on each side. And pedaling out the feet on the other side. By isolating each side, we can get a little deeper of a stretch. You're also stretching your arm too, so it's really a full body stretch. Bringing both legs up and together. Feel if it's a little bit easier now that we isolated each side. You're stretching the whole back of the legs all the way through the glutes, and this is helpful for shoulder stand, our peak pose. Now that we've done a lot of this stretch, we're going to try shoulder stand one more time and see if it feels any different. So shimmy your shoulders underneath you. Place your hands under your glutes. Push up with your feet to the sky, toes pointed, using your hands behind your spine to support you, shoulder stand. Now, if you feel ready, you can do a sneak peek to our RYT 300 by gently bringing your feet behind you to plow, straightening your hands in front of you. Pointing your toes for a back of the neck stretch. you're ready, you can place your hands back on the back of your back to support you. Whoopsie daisy. And then push up back into shoulder stand and slowly roll out of it. This will bring us to a nice happy baby to kind of stretch it all out. Bring your knees into chest, rock it out, grab a hold of opposite feet. Bottom of your feet, soles of your feet to the ceiling, knees wider than hips. A right angle between your upper leg and lower leg. And in happy baby, you can rock side to side, be playful, goo goo gaga, just as a baby would, however is comfortable. After all the hamstring stretches we did, this should feel not too intense. You can, traditionally we make the OK sign around our big toe, but you can use this as an opportunity to kind of stretch out your feet. You can also inhale your arms up and all the way around, place your palm of your hand on your heel, and then use some elbow grease to really use your elbows to open up your thighs and help you stretch. So by placing your elbows behind your knees and placing your palms towards you, facing towards you, with the palms of your hands on your heels, you can really open this up. So this is a less traditional version of happy baby, but it really helps increase the stretch. So we'll just take some breaths here. The hips are really stubborn, so as you notice today, we spent a lot of time in our hip stretches, but that's because stretching takes time. It's kind of boring, but when we do it together live, it makes the time go by faster. So thank you for sharing these moments with me. We'll do some happy baby stretching and just make this your own meditation. You can use your breath to focus on expanding your hips. You can give your heels a little squeeze and tug with the palms of your hands. Let yourself know that you're there to support yourself. Let us breathe. Together. slowly, when you're ready, you unwrap your arms. Give your knees a little hug, rock side to side. For Savasana today, we'll do it in reclined goddess pose. So you can place your the soles of your feet together. Reach your arms up and slowly bring them down to cactus arms. Take a few minutes in Savasana with in reclined goddess pose to continue opening up the hips. Okay, so we'll just do a final moment in reclined goddess pose. Really focusing on surrender. When you feel ready, you can bring the knees together. Slowly let them fall to a side you feel comfortable on. Bring your arm over and slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seated position, just as we began. How do you feel? May the light in me be the light in you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.